A couple of moments here, you guys, to warm up. And as we like to say on a comic book look, it takes YouTube a second to catch up with Facebook. So we're going to let that do its thing there. Also, I am going to just pop on really quick to Facebook itself and make sure that I share this video out. So we'll give it just a couple of moments here, and then I'm going to jump on in. Hopefully, everyone is having a good weekend so far. It has been just such a quick and fast one, an awesome one on so many levels, and one of which we're very excited about is Free Comic Book Day, which we'll be talking about this evening. So we'll go ahead and let the stream heat up here for a second. Oh, snap. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I see you. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm going to get this shared out super quick here, and then we'll jump on in. Give me a sec. All right. All right. All right. Looks like everything is catching up here in terms of YouTube and Facebook, so feeling good. Thank you again, Jeff, for commenting in. And for anyone that is watching this evening, feel free to jump in, say howdy. Don't be a stranger. But wanted to talk about Free Comic Book Day, you guys. It's 2021, where it feels like it is just so exciting today for Free Comic Book Day. So I regrettably was not able to work today at the shop. It was actually my last day at my current employer. However, I hope to be there, for future events. But I got to go after work today, and I got to see just the tail end of Free Comic Book Day. However, being friends with so many awesome people on Facebook throughout the day, I got to see all of the cool pictures from people that were cosplaying. I saw the live videos that Dave shot this morning with John, and that was really cool. And it was fun to see the community show up for Free Comic Book Day. So thank you guys so much. It is just such a special gathering for us here in Sioux Falls because we get to see one another. We get to come together, celebrate what we love, which is free comic books. I also just have to say, I was super, super impressed with the variety of comic books that were offered this year. Wow. Marvel was on deck, DC was on deck. There was just a lot of really cool stuff. It just felt a little more, there was a little bit more variety for me this time around that I was personally interested in from previous years. And so I don't know how that compares to previous years for you guys, but 2021 Free Comic Book Day, boy, did it deliver. And I am so thankful I had a chance to stop out. And I did get my hands on just a couple here and wanted to just highlight a smorgasbord of them because there are so many. And there are a few that I did not pick up as well. So because there's just that many. So 2021 Free Comic Book Day, awesome. First, before I jump into the books, I just wanted to put a shout out there to Rainbow that the sale that Rainbow is offering is half off backstock as well as trade paperbacks. So most comics. And then board games, 25% off as well. The neat thing about that is that actually wasn't just today, but that sale is also continuing tomorrow as well. So if you guys did miss out on the event today, but are still interested in checking out the free comics as well as maybe looking at some back issues or some trade, feel free to swing on over to Rainbow tomorrow, either in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or if you're in Lincoln, Nebraska, stop by the location there and say howdy. So I'll be happy to help you out. So I'm just going to jump right into the books. We got so much to talk about here. I am really excited to read these. I haven't read any of these yet. So if you guys have read these, let me know in the comments if they're amazing, because I will definitely prioritize those to read first. I have quite a mountain here, so we're just going to jump right in. First, you guys, appealing to my D&D nerdiness, we have Critical Role's The Mighty Nine Origins. And so really, really, really love this. I love Critical Role. I've gotten to know them through recommendations from friends. And so watching the stream there, I have a trade that I need to read still, also depicting the stories of their characters. But when I saw this as an offering, that was exciting to me. And actually, I need to amend that. This was one that I picked out. Some of these actually were picked out for me. So John at the shop is amazing and likes to read my mind and put things aside for me because he's amazing. And so there are a lot of these, full credit to him. So I showed up from work and he was just like, oh, we got a stack of those in your box for you to take a look at. And I said, yes. So that is the first one of my mountain. I'm very excited to check it out. I see Mr. Aaron swinging in here from the Twin Cities. Hey, John, happy Free Comic Book Day. And likewise, back towards you. Happy Free Comic Book Day, sir. I hope that you had a very awesome day as well. Nerd Sabbath, as it were, and it's not even Wednesday. What the heck? Up next, you guys, I love some Star Wars. And so we had the Free Comic Book Day, Star Wars The High Republic, The Edge of Balance, an offering that was put up this year. And I thought that was really cool because I love Star Wars and I'm also reading The High Republic right now. So I'm really excited to see and read that. It's funny because I get excited about these, even if it's like a duplicate issue that I already have. But I am definitely so giddy about that. Up next, you guys, we got Batman issue number 1. This is a special edition, and with this one, I don't know how this is going to fit in, if at all, to the story that we're in right now. So I'll be curious to see. It might be a reprint. I have no idea, but I don't pay too much attention to that. I just jump in and read them, even if it's something that I've read before, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I've read that before. But that Batman, and I gotta say, you guys, that cover is pretty flashy. I like that. You know, the one thing I miss on these covers is shops sometimes will do like a sticker or like a stamp or something there. I know a lot of collectors cringe at that thought, but for me, it reminds me almost of like a library book, like when you go to like a used bookstore and you see some of the history of where did it come from, you know, or what shop was it through. I don't know. I've always found that kind of interesting, and I know sometimes shops do that and sometimes they don't. But I don't know. It's just something that I'd be interested in. Up next, you guys know I love a good Halloween. And so Vampire the Masquerade here from Vault Comics. And this is Winter's Teeth. Looking forward to checking this out. I have not read or checked out a lot of Vampire the Masquerade media at all. So I've kind of encountered a couple of things like online and when I'm talking about like D&D and related resources, and it comes up in conversation that way. So this will be a learning opportunity for me, and I'm excited to dig in and check it out and see. Artwork in here looks equally as fun as the cover is, so just kind of some gruesome fun. But looking forward to checking that out. This next one is a hoot. Free Comic Book Day, the boys Hero-gasm. I'll be curious to see how this one goes. I personally have not read this story yet. I don't believe. I've read all of like the normal boys line, but this I think is outside of that, so separate or in addition to. So we'll see how this treats me. I thoroughly loved the comic book series, and I gotta say that the show was equally as entertaining for me, pushing us beyond limits with superheroes that I didn't foresee coming in some instances. And I think the boys helped prepare me for the Invincible cartoon as well. So I don't know. It's been a whole different kind of layer, a whole different kind of layer with all these superhero shows, but. Up next, this book, you guys, this book. So I've worked a couple of days now at Rainbow, and this book has been the talk of the town. Okay. And with the local connection with the creator, I am absolutely excited about this. But Stray Dogs, Free Comic Book Day edition, really looking forward to seeing. And it's funny because like when I read issue 1, I'm like, what am I getting into? Am I gonna like this? And I ended up loving it. It was great. I'm so excited that they're boosting this to Netflix. And I'll be curious to see how this fits into the story. I haven't read it yet or anything, so we'll see how that treats me this weekend. But I'm admittedly curious to see if it's amazing. Up next, if you guys have had a chance to watch the new Suicide Squad movie, complimenting that, King Shark is shining and looking just amazing on this cover. So Suicide King Shark, number 1. In the movie, he was humorous. He was absolutely delightful and probably one of my personal favorite characters of the film. So if you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend checking it out. And likewise, I am so excited to read this book because it is just looking like it's continuing the ridiculousness, and I'm here for it. So we'll see how it goes. But I personally am very, very giddy. This next one, so this is one that John definitely recommended for me. This is the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics. So interesting. I have absolutely no insight past this. Looks like it just kind of depicts a little bit about collecting comics in an animated fashion. Oh, I get it. I get it. So John has this thing where he knows I love Galactus. And so when there's a Galactus parody with a rainbow background, nonetheless, I'm here for it. I love it. Okay, John, I got you. We'll see how that one treats me. Very, very excited. Um, this one is definitely interesting. I'm not sure. School for Extraterrestrial Girls. Hmm. So this one is from Papercut Comics, so not familiar with the publisher. All about trying out indie books, though. Tom, my co-host on A Comic Book Look, is just quite the influence. Let me tell you what. When I first started doing A Comic Book Look 10 years ago, I was Marvel, 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 as you can see. I love Marvel. But it's been so fun to like dip my foot in the pool, try different like DC indie offerings, just trying different forms of media, quite frankly, and just getting my expanding your horizons and trying new things. That's going to be exactly what that is. um Gloomhaven, A Hole in the Wall. Okay, so this is from Source Point Press. It is a one shot. It looks like it has kind of a demonic fantasy twist to it with that artwork. Looking forward to checking this out. Artwork on the inside looks like it's going to be a really good time. So I would probably read this one in conjunction with, or shortly thereafter, the Critical Role book, as well as the Vampire Masquerade. So it might be a little healthy bridge right there. We'll see. Satiating my Marvel appetite, you guys. The Avengers. We got Hulk on the cover, just looking crabby as always. But it's really cool just to get to check it out and see what's going on with the Avengers. Immediately, I don't read a lot of Avengers, so I don't know what's going on sometimes with it. But it is fun to check in on the team every once in a while, and they make cameos in other books too. And we just saw them at the Hellfire Gala, and Emma Frost, and Steve Rogers and everything else. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This book in particular, this next one, I'm very giddy about. Spider-Man and Venom. This is a one-shot, also for Free Comic Book Day. Um, I have no idea what's going on here. I am excited to read it. Venom has been buzzing. If you guys have not been reading the latest run, highly recommend it. Very interesting with what they did with the story and the character as a whole. I mean, holy smokes, talk about character growth and dimension. Just blew my mind. So I'm loving it. Um, this next one from Black Mask is Black plus Calexits, I believe. And this one is looking to be right up my alley as well. It's a perfect balance of black and white art mixed with color. So that intrigues me in itself. I am actually really interested in reading this. I've found myself drawn to stories lately, and I don't know if you guys get like this if you read a lot of superhero stuff. Of it's nice once in a while to read something that's outside of the superhero genre, because comic books really could translate into anything if you really wanted it to. And so, yeah, I'd be curious to see what that's like, and maybe I'll continue checking it out if it's an ongoing. Finally, last book, but certainly not least, from Boom Studios, aka House of Power Rangers, we got Enter the House of Slaughter. Okay, so looking forward to reading this. I have absolutely no idea what I'm getting into on this one. It looks pretty gruesome. It looks fun. It has fair amount of excitement in the pages there. So we will definitely be checking that out as well. So with that, you guys, that's my meager, like humble haul from Free Comic Book Day. I've visited with several folks around the country who have just been having some neat finds. There's been some just random merch that is done for Free Comic Book Day. So that's been kind of fun to learn more about that and see what everybody's been finding and what they've been picking up with their shop sales as well. But again, with Rainbow, we are offering half off on backstock comics as well as trades, paperback trades. So most comics 50% off. And then on board games, 25% off as well. So if you guys did miss the event today, do not worry. Plenty of time yet. Swing by the shop tomorrow, and we'll still have plenty of free comic books on hand, and the sale does extend through tomorrow as well. With that, it is a little late, so I appreciate you guys for tuning in this evening. I will be back with Tom hopefully next week. We had a bit of a scheduling mishap for a comic book look, but we'll be back with you next week. And then you guys will also see me on the Rainbow Show on Wednesday, so that'll be a lot of fun too, and I'll get to talk about the week books that come out on Wednesday, so it'll be good. So don't get sick of me. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend coming up, and you guys know the drill as always. Keep it comics for sure, man. See you later.